Alright, so here's something I've been meaning to talk about, but I haven't really, talked about it until, I wanted to see some, proof. I wanted to see some actual proof behind this. As most of you guys don't know, Todd McFarlane is trying to do a new Spawn animated series called Spawn the Animation. And so far, all he said that he kept saying that, oh yeah, I've got a voice cast, I've got everything else but a studio, and he kept talking about it, and this was all the way back in 2009, and this is why I've never really brought it up, because Todd McFarlane says a lot of things, but a lot of stuff just doesn't happen. That's the thing, is that he says all this, and he keeps saying all of it, and it doesn't happen. That's the thing. However, we did get some test images, some images which I would have put up. I was going to put up the images, but out of fear of getting, sued, I decided against that. But yeah, so yeah, it does look like, yeah, there were some some official images put out of Spawn as well as Sam and Twitch for the new Spawn animated series. Now, this kind of did get me sparked up to talk about, talk about everything that that's been going on with this Spawn animated series, as well as a lot of the stuff behind it, as well as what I'd like to see in this new Spawn show. Now, mainly is that apparently Spawn will have a role in it, but it'll mostly focus on Sam and Twitch, which I kind of figured, because that's what Todd McFarlane has kind of always said what he wanted to do with Spawn stuff, was mostly focus on Sam and Twitch, and have Spawn almost like a monster in the background in a way, but have episodes dedicated to him. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's what he wanted to do with a Spawn movie reboot, so that does kind of make sense of that happening there. So this doesn't shock me as having more Sam and Twitch, and yeah, I'm going to run through the voice cast that is apparently a part of this. First off, we have Keith David as Spawn, which is total win. If you guys remember, Keith David was in Keith David voiced Spawn in the original HBO cartoon, which is actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. But yeah, I think it's really cool that Keith David is coming back, because yay, Goliath! whenever I see Keith David in anything, I'm just going, yay, Goliath! So yeah, I'm very cool with this. I thought he did a great performance as Spawn, as Al Simmons Spawn in here. I think it's a really cool. I think he's a really cool, kind of dark and broody kind of Spawn. He really brings a lot of that pain and anguish you see with Al Simmons. So, and as well as that kind of smoky tone you would imagine with Spawn. So, Keith David, I'm glad that he's, McFarlane got him to voice Spawn again, so happy for that. Following that, we have Mark Hamill as Twitch. Yeah, Mark Hamill as Twitch. I'd have thought they would have picked him for Sam. I'd have thought they would have picked him for Sam, honestly, because I don't know, Mark Hamill, of course, there's no need, we all know what he is. Joker, Luke Skywalker, Firelord Ozai, I could go on and on, there's so many roles, but yeah, I'd have thought they would have picked him for Sam, honestly. But no, Twitch is good. I think he could still do it. I just thought, because Mark Hamill is really good at doing these kind of like bassy, kind of low bassy kind of voices. So I kind of thought and he also is good at doing like almost a weird New York accent. So I thought they would pick him to be Sam, but no. The actor playing Sam actually is named Jon Polito. Hope I'm saying that name right. Jon Polito, who he's done several low-budget movies like Chud, and I know him from Chud. That's the only thing I remember him from. But he's done a lot of work like NYPD Blue and a lot of stuff I haven't watched, but I know the name. It's the same thing. It's kind of like what I've said about some actors where the name doesn't sound familiar, but if I see him, I'll know him. That's kind of the thing here, is that I'm not familiar with his work, but when I see him, I'll be like, oh, it's that guy! That's kind of the thing, it's be like, oh yeah, it's that guy. Anyway, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys know him for other episodes, so I'll let you guys comment below if you guys know if you know anything more about this actor. But no, I'm interested to see how he could voice Sam. Following that, we have Clancy Brown as Mammon. Yeah, one of the archdemons in hell. Clancy Brown, always good at doing demon voices, so not much there. Michael J. White as Barbaros. I don't know that character. I think it was I heard somewhere that Barbaros was a character made specifically for the show. I don't know if I'm not aware because I haven't read Spawn comics in a long time. Is that a new Spawn character? I don't know. Can someone comment below, let me know. But no, Michael Jai White, which I think it's really funny because of course Michael Jai White played Spawn in the 90s film. And yeah, now we have two Spawns in the same movie. It's in the same series. It's kind of like the 2012 Turtles cartoon, where you have some of the actors from the movies and previous animated shows in the new animated series. You had like Robbie Risk, the voice actor for the live-action TMNT from the Henson film, from the Henson Studios Turtles in here. You also had Corey Feldman, who also voiced Donatello in the new 2012 Turtles cartoon. That's the kind of thing, is that it just kind of reminds me of what's going on in the 2012 Turtles right now. And yeah, he's voiced characters before, but I'm interested to see where they're gonna take that. Next up is Carl Weathers as Captain Edwards. Carl motherfucking Edwards, yeah. Yeah. Totally down with that. I am totally down with that. Next up, we have Phil LaMarr. In an unknown role. I have no idea who they could get him, because Phil LaMarr has such a great range. Maybe he'll voice Malebolgia, who knows? Bruce Boxleitner, who most of you guys would know best as Tron, is going to play a character called Agni, who I'm guessing is another demon, or maybe... I think he's actually playing an angel. If I'm not mistaken, I think they said he's playing an angel of some sorts, which actually that would make sense for Bruce Boxleitner, because he's always played the hero roles for a majority of his career. Next up is Cree Summer, voicing Marie, another character I'm unfamiliar with. Jesse Corati. I'm reading, if you guys are wondering, I'm actually reading the list right here, so I wouldn't forget anyone. But yeah, Jesse Corati, I'm not familiar. I'm looking at the stuff he's done, and the only recent thing he's done, only thing he's recently done is Zootopia. Yeah, that was the most recent thing he was in. But he was also in Frozen. He had a small role in Frozen. And All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. He also played LaFleur. Oh, yeah, now I know this guy. He played LaFleur in Beauty and the Beast. There you go, guys. Anyway. So, following that is... Well, I talked a bit about Cree Summer. There's not much I can say about her other than she's a fantastic voice actress. Miss Kitty, who is, I guess, a rap artist, is playing a character called Kitty. And then we have Peter Jessup, who... yeah, again, I'm not familiar with his work, so... Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't really say much on him. He did voice the... Oh, yeah, he did. I'm looking at the stuff he's done. He did voice the Vision in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, so that's good. But, yeah, a majority... I think this is a really good cast. Even though, yeah, there are several people I don't know on here, there's actually a lot of people I do know, and I think it's really cool that they got them. Like I said before... I think it's really awesome that you have both Michael Jai White, who played Spawn, and you have Keith David, who voiced Spawn in the original animated series back, and now you have two Spawns in the same movie. I mean, animated series, excuse me. And of course, you've got Mark Hamill, Cree Summer, Bruce Boxleitner. That's all, and Carl Weathers, of course. You've got so many great talents in here. So yeah, now that I've talked enough about the voice acting, which I'm pretty sure you guys are pretty sick of me talking about as it is, what do I want to see from this show? What do I want to see from this series? I'm really thinking this will probably be what Todd McFarlane wanted to do with the Spawn movie and mostly focus on Sam and Twitch and do like supernatural horror series, like a supernatural horror series. The interesting thing is that there is no announcement for Clown. Or Malebolgia. That might be the character. Those might be the characters that some of the voice actors may be playing, because they said they labeled them as unknown. So yeah, but it's kind of interesting that they didn't talk about having Clown, the Violator and Malbolgia in here, or, other classic Spawn characters like, the Anti-Spawn, as he was originally known when he when he first appeared, and then became known as Purifier. Then you had, or is it Redeemer? They changed the name a few times. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, the two biggest I'm surprised that are not in this story, not in this animated series that they haven't announced as of yet, are the two characters. Usually when you think Spawn, you think of those characters. It could be that they've already announced them and they've already have voice actors for them and they just don't want to announce them and surprise everyone. But yeah, getting back to On Point, I don't, this will probably be a dark horror series, and I'm okay with that. That's how Spawn originally started out. No mention of Wanda, so again, this kind of drags back to, I'll probably focus on Sam and Twitch, and I'm okay with that. There's some cool stuff that Bendis did in his run of, the Sam and Twitch ongoing. I think he stayed on for the whole series, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it the first 2 arcs and then someone else took over? I can't exactly remember. Anyway. But no, the animation from the pics are really cool. It almost looks almost comic booky, but then again, that might just be storyboard and the animation might be different. So far, as of yet, as far as I know, there hasn't been an official studio who wants to take the series or a full-on production team, from what I understand. Todd McFarlane said that he would love to go back to HBO. He would love to go back to HBO because they were the ones who were nice enough to give him a shot. So I wouldn't doubt it if he goes back to HBO and goes, "Hey, look, can we do this again? Can we? Yeah, let's make magic twice." And I wouldn't put it past him to actually go, "Yeah, all right," because HBO's really looking for new and different things. And now that Game of Thrones only has 2 seasons left, for those who don't know, Game of Thrones is ending at season 8. So yeah, because I kind of figured it was coming to the end game after that ending in season 6. So yeah, with Game of Thrones coming to an end in 2 seasons' time, we also have other shows like the Westworld coming. We also have several other so many different. They're trying to branch out, and this is the thing I'd like to say about with Cinemax and Stars and all these other shows, channels that I can't get because I'm a poor fucker. I'm just a poor motherfucker. They're really trying to break mold and do new and different things. And again, HBO really took a gamble. And I thought even though the rating it was ended prematurely, I think it was cool of them to do one of the first, if not one of the first, I should say, because at the time when Spawn the animated series came out, we had other animated shows like Aeon Flux and and the Max, and some shows, animated shows that were more adult oriented and action oriented. And you could say, well, what about Simpsons and Beavis and Butthead at that time period? That's true, but those were more comedy. I'm talking more action oriented, and Aeon Flux and the Max and I know I'm forgetting one. I know I'm fucking forgetting one, but anyway. There is, of course, Spawn was in that era, and to a premiere on HBO, which at the time, HBO was still a very big thing, and it's still a big thing today as it is now. But yeah, I think that was really cool that it premiered and had, it was an okay run, but yeah, the animated series is actually kind of awesome. I mean, it kind of peters out towards the end, and it leaves at a big cliffhanger, but still, I thought it was, I still think it was pretty cool. Me personally, though, if you didn't like it, that's totally fine. But me, personally, I really enjoyed the Spawn animated series. Anyway, so in terms of other characters I'd like to see in here, Cygor, I doubt we'll see Cygor. Of course, I want to see Violator. Who to voice him if they haven't gotten one already? I would say, actually, now that I think about it, they could, because they haven't announced Jesse Courtney's voice act, the character he's voicing. Jesse Courtney could be playing Clown. He could be playing the Violator. So that could be the case, and they just haven't announced it yet. And that, the other voice actor who is also labeled unknown in here, Peter Jessup, he might be voicing Malbolgia or another classic Spawn villain. But in the event that they're not playing those characters, I'd love to see those characters in here regardless. I think it would be cool if, because it looks like we may be focusing a lot on Sam and Twitch. I think it would be really awesome if we got, you know, Suture from this first story arc. Suture was a cool character. Of course, Angela's no longer with Under Image, so it'd probably be a totally new character. A totally new Angel character, because now she's under, you know, right after Neil Gaiman got the character rights to Angela, he sold them right off to Marvel, and now she's a Marvel character. I still think that's crazy that Angela from Spawn has now become a Marvel character. It's crazy. Anyway, sorry about squeaky chair. Anyway, so there's so many other, you know, again, Redeemer. Why did I keep... Well, they did change it a few bits back and forth between Purifier and Redeemer. Of course, Jason Wynn and Jessica Priest. I'd love to see those characters in here. Again, I doubt we'll see Cygor, but you never know. Overkill. Overkill would be a great one. Of course, Chapel. You know, there's so many great characters in here. But the question is, you know, how much of this is going to be a superhero show and how much is it going to be a horror story? That's the big question here, is that how much does Todd McFarlane want to make a superhero story? And again, depending on the studio, he may have to make it a superhero story because, again, you have so many superhero shows out here. That kind of also probably helped get this through because, yeah, there's so many new superhero shows and superhero animated shows, though not in this day and age. You see a lot of superhero adult animated shows. But still, yeah, the Rise of the Superheroes have really given a reignition to Spawn. So yeah, there's so much I'd like to see in here, but again, I'm still waiting, you know, we're still waiting. All we have gotten is images, so yeah, who knows, maybe, and again, as of this recording, and as far to my knowledge, I don't think they've gotten a studio yet to take the Spawn animated series as of yet, so I have no clue as to where that's going to go. Anyway, so you guys tell me, what do you guys think of the new Spawn animated series coming whenever Todd McFarlane can finally do it? Yeah, who do you want to see in the show? What characters? And how do you want the show done? Do you want it to be like a horror-based show or more superhero? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.